Oh, hello. This is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, and share. Several years ago, I have a friend, and I will call her Jenny. She was going to come to my house for dinner with her children. She told me that her teenage son probably would not join us. She said because he is a very picky eater, and so I asked her, is there anything that I could cook that he would enjoy? She told me that he really liked a teriyaki chicken dish in a local restaurant. If I could cook something like that, he probably would enjoy it. So I went to that restaurant and tried it out, and I decided, yeah, I would be able to do something very similar to that, and I probably could make the dish healthier than what they present. Following is my creation of this teriyaki chicken dish. Okay, so let us get started and see what we could do in the kitchen. The first thing I'm going to do after I walk into the kitchen is to get the chicken out of the freezer. I prep them in such a way so that when I put into a sink of lukewarm water, they will be thawed out in about 10 minutes. You can take a look at this video to see my approach. While the chicken is thawing, I'm going to get the rest of the ingredients ready. One thing is about the broccoli. Now the broccoli are come in already cut up, so they are washed. It could not be more convenient. However, the floret is a little bit larger than what I like, so I'm going to cut them up to the size that I want. I then store them in a plastic container. Usually from one bag of broccoli, I'm able to get out 3 containers, and I normally use 1 container for each dish. I'm also going to add some carrots to this dish. I always have some carrot prep in advance. They add both color, texture, and flavor to the dish, which I really enjoy. And next, I'm going to create the teriyaki sauce for this dish. I start out with 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce, and this is followed by using 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce. The soy sauce is critical for create the characteristics of this teriyaki sauce. The light soy sauce to provide saltiness, and the dark soy sauce, because of its color, provide coloration to the dish. I then add half tablespoon of sesame oil. Sugar is an important component of the teriyaki sauce. Here I add 2 tablespoons of sugar, but you can add more or less depending on your choice. To thicken the sauce, I'm going to add 1 heaping tablespoon of cornstarch. This is followed by adding 1 tablespoon of distilled vinegar to give the tanginess to the dish. To provide a slight kick to the dish, I add half teaspoon of paprika followed by 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder. This will give the dish a slight spiciness, but not very much, but that's very characteristic of the teriyaki sauce. This is my basic teriyaki sauce template, and I quite often make changes along the way. I would taste it and to decide whether it is what I would like. Again, it depends on who I cook for. I will make adjustment accordingly. It took me about 10 minutes to get everything ready, since I have most of the thing prepped. And now the chicken has been thawed. I'm going to coat the chicken with 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Coating the chicken with cornstarch protect the chicken from the heat during stir fry, and this will make the chicken more moist and tender. To cook this dish, I'm going to use my Cucina 14-inch stainless steel wok. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of canola oil to the wok, and I season the wok using my spot seasoning method. And if you are not familiar with this method, you can take a look at this video. I always start with stir fry some thinly sliced carrot in almost all my vegetable dish. The reason for that is that carrot not only provide flavor and texture, but it also provide color to the dish. And I don't need to use that much carrot at all. Since I have always have them prepped, I will have carrot ready for me to use. Now, the goal is that to stir fry the carrot in such a way so that it start to slightly fry, and this will provide flavor to the dish. As you can see now, the carrot are showing a little bit brown. That's what you want to achieve. Next, I'm going to add 5 cups of broccoli to the wok. Now, as soon as you stir fry the broccoli, you notice that there's almost no oil left at the bottom of the wok. The reason is that the broccoli floret absorbs the oil readily. Clearly, you can tell there's not enough oil because the broccoli floret still look very dry. The oil is important in stir fry because it creates the temperature for the Maillard reaction to take place. Therefore, at this point, I add some more oil using my oil squeeze bottle to make sure that the floret is well coated with oil in order for the flavor molecule to be generated during the stir frying process. So during stir fry, one of the key aspects is to have the temperature of the food ingredients to be at the Maillard reaction temperature, and this temperature can be maintained by the oil. As the cooking progresses, the temperature in the wok will continue to rise to the point is that when the food start to create caramelization. And then even at higher temperature, the food will be slightly charred, as you can see in here. This is what we call wok chi, and this is where the food has achieved that special flavor for during stir fry. Another vegetable is done. I'm going to set them aside. Next, I'm going to cook the chicken, and then I will mix both of them together. I'm going to cook the chicken without washing the wok. I add just a touch a little bit more oil. The amount of oil that I add depends on what I want the outcome of the dish. I'm going to divide the cooking into two processes. The first step is I'm going to pan fry the chicken, and then I will stir fry it. The reason I want to pan fry the chicken is because I want to create a nice browning characteristics on the chicken. As you can see here, the cornstarch causes the chicken to stick together. So it's really nice to have a pair of tongs, which I'm using right here, to separate the chicken and then spread them as much as possible into a single layer on the surface of the wok. Using this method, I can brown the chicken because of the cornstarch present on the surface. It gives it a slight crisp flavor. It uses very little oil, so it is much healthier than if you deep fry the chicken, as frequently used for cooking this teriyaki chicken dish. At this point, I turn off the heat completely before I add the sauce, and make sure you mix the sauce well before you pour it into the wok, because the cornstarch tends to settle at the bottom of the container. Now you can see the cornstarch thickens almost immediately. I took the wok off the stove because I do not want it to thicken any more than it already does. And this is one of the disadvantages of not having a gas stove. After a few mixes, the dish is ready. I'm going to take it over to the kitchen counter to mix it with the broccoli. I put the broccoli and carrots into the wok, and I mix everything, and now the dish is ready to serve. The total cook time of this dish is about 6 minutes. I then transfer this dish to a serving plate. As you notice that the sauce is very thick and it clings to the chicken and the broccoli. In fact, this is the characteristics of teriyaki chicken because the thick sauce creates intense flavor for the ingredients. So as you can see, cooking this dish is actually quite simple because it builds upon some of the templates that I already familiar with. Everything I cook very much the same way, such as the basic chicken stir-fry template and the basic vegetable stir-fry template. The only major difference that I need to change is the template for making the sauce. By making adjustment to the gravy-like sauce, also by adjusting the flavor, I was able to create something very similar to the teriyaki chicken dish that my friend's son likes. So with the foundation of my fast cooking system, which include flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir-frying, and template-based cooking, you are having a lot of capability and resource to create many different kinds of dishes. And using the flavor chasing approach in combination with template-based cooking, you can create many different dishes. Based on the response from many of my viewers, I know some of you have already doing this. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. If you'd like to receive notifications of my future video postings, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you next time.